My name is Rafa Esparza. Many of you know me as a friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster, but that's not all I do in our sport. I'm a jiu-jitsu commentator, broadcaster, photographer, meme maker, analyst, writer, coach, tournament producer, and occasional athlete therapist. I know, it's weird. I've worn many hats in jiu-jitsu, but the one that I cherish the most is serving as a host. We have done some incredible things over the past 4 years on this show, but starting this Tuesday, we will roll out a brand new experience for fans of the Grappling Hour. Going forward, we will be offering 2 membership-based offerings. Tier number 1 will give our fans early access to my interviews. Tier 1 members will have the ability to see my interviews a month before they're released to the general public. And as a topical show that has a track record of being the first destination for some of the biggest names in our sport, you won't want to miss out on those. Members of this tier will also have access to audio versions of this show in the event that they don't want to see my face, which I totally get. Each month, subscribers will get to see 4-hour-long interviews. Tier 2 members will not only have early access to my interviews, but they will also get to see brand new content that will not be available anywhere else. New premium content includes bi-weekly podcast minisodes. These episodes are designed for the grappling superfans who want in-depth discussions with our guests on topics ranging from greatest losses to opponents that competitors respected the most. Topics will be explored for limited runs, anywhere between 4 to 10 weeks, and will give the featured guests on each episode an opportunity to share the type of unique insight that either gets lost or overlooked in most other interviews. Drill Sessions, a monthly segment where friends and guests of the show will share short videos of the techniques and sequences they're currently drilling in their gyms. Swept under the mat, never before seen behind the scenes footage from the Grappling Hour archives, and short videos and vlogs from the coverage that I do at various MMA and grappling live events. Members will also be treated to show bloopers and occasional clips of my own training sessions. There's also going to be a live chat dedicated to members of this tier that will answer questions ranging from just about anything you guys want to throw at me. And finally, members of this tier will also have the ability to pitch mini-sode episodes and occasionally submit questions for upcoming guests. To become a member, head on over to hi.page/Grappling Hour. You can also find the link for that page in the description below. Now listen, I know there are a lot of you who may not be able to afford these subscription tiers. That's why it's important to me to still offer some content for those people who want to support the show, but may not have the means to do so financially. So for you, we're still going to offer a condensed weekly version of the show. That show will give you the first 10 minutes of my interviews, and a month after that episode is released to our early access and premium subscribers, they will be unlocked on our YouTube page. In return, all that I ask is that you subscribe to us here on our YouTube page and that you continue to like and share the content that you enjoy on our page. I know money is tight for everybody right now, The last thing you want to do is thinking about having to invest in another subscription-based service. But I hope that you see the value in the types of interviews that I do. I hope you see the consistency of my coverage over the past 10 years, and I hope you see the overall vision that I have for this show. I have never been short on ambition. And for the next phase of this show, I'm taking a pretty big swing. So with that, I'm going to need some support. I hope that you'll come with us and help us become an even bigger and better show. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for even watching all the way to right now, even if you do nothing. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats. What is up, ladies and gents? It is your friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster, Rafa Esparza, coming to you with another great installment of Grappling Hour. Today, we are watching TEZO'S presents Flow Grappling presents Who's Number One with William Tackett and Francisco Lo starting it off for us. And speaking of starting it off, I'm starting off with a tasty beverage, which I will be drinking out of the official Flow Grappling does not present Rafa Esparza's The Grappling Hour. What's up, Giberson? What is up, LWS Schaefer? What's up, Jake Watson Media? Good to see you, brother. Just to let you guys know, I'm watching along here tonight. They're presenting something. I can even put it on the screen over this way, which lets you know. This is a nice little fancy thing that I have included now. You're up next. Up now is Tackett and Lowe. And it's been a decent match so far. It's a little back and forth. And at one point I thought, oh, this is where you see LXB versus LXB happening right in front of your eyes. And from a heel hook attempt, William Tackett almost found his way into a very makeshift sort of armbar there. But Lowe's been staying on him pretty well. The judges did favor William Tackett in that last series. It says, hello, Raphael. Are you going to get copyrighted for the reflection in your glasses? No. I get anti-flare glasses so that I don't do the bad things. Because I'm a responsible guy. As you'll notice, there is no glare because professional, wink. But you say that you're there in Orange County for the event. That's amazing. It seems like a very good time. Lots of cowboy hats I've seen so far. So let's see how the over-under on that is going to look. What's up, Jazzy Fresh? Appreciate you guys all for tuning in. As you may know, if you get a finish here on the show, we do a nice little toast to those who do get finishes. So we do owe one to Troy Lives the Dream, who got an amazing heel hook in that last match. And I would have been on for that last match, but I wasn't. Let's be real. Whenever Flow puts up these times, they have the preview show. Jake knows this. And you look in and you say, just tell me what time it starts. And then tell me if you're going to start pre-show and what time you're going to start the actual, undercard. Because I have to budget out my day. And I cannot be here all day, though I love you guys. And I would be here for you anytime. So anyway, that is essentially the basic gist of everything. And I have to say, Francisco Lo has been very consistent with this pressure going for that head and arm choke. The first time he was doing it, William Tackett didn't even really seem all that phased and went to circle around his leg to get that leverage out. Now, he could have a sweep here. However, Francisco Lo's balance and pressure seems to be incredibly well placed. So it's going to be very difficult to go ahead and move him at any given point. So I will be interested to see. I mean, if Francisco Lo is able to pull this off, it would be considered an upset in the sense that you're looking at a monster, a beast in William Tackett, who I think is a little tired in this position, all things considered. So we'll get around to Troy Lives the Dream in a few moments. Gabe, good to see you. It's been a long time, friend. If you guys are in the comment section, please talk to me. You know I always love seeing the comments come through on these shows. And please tell me if your comments are not showing up, because I have also seen that can be the case on occasion. I think the last time we were doing a fight companion over at Frostos, there were a couple comments that I wasn't even able to see, and it really it concerned me. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that that was a thing. I can't believe that I wasn't able to see some of the comments. So I will be doing my best to try and stay on top of it today and make sure that I am addressing you guys and I am not ignoring you, because I am not one of those hosts. I do my best to get to every single comment that we get. So please feel free, talk to us. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Or is it we're here for a long time, not a good time? I don't know. It's hard to say. Good match again so far. Lowe's really been taking it to Tackett on this one. What's up, Battle Grappling? And it's been interesting to see how Tackett has been able to fare. Now, he went for a sweep here. Yeah, you have to figure Francisco Lowe was winning that round, and he seems all the more encouraged in that kind of makeshift mount. If he is able to keep this pressure on, you have to figure he is going to be able to win this momentum. Tackett seems a little stuck, but he's trying to fish the legs around to see if maybe something better could happen here. Now in traditional side control, he bridges up and is able to very easily get him out of the space and kicks him off, which wish I could do. What's up, Lance? By the way, big shout out to our good friend Lance D. Bush, going back, getting his college degree. Much props and success to you, brother. This cheers goes on out to you, brother. Speaking of which, I want to say a big thank you to a gentleman over at one of our favorite places to get drinks from. That is Hop Merchants. So today I went to go get loaded with some new drinks so that we have something to toast with on this show. And there was a very nice gentleman who goes to buy and look for new beers for Hop Merchants. And his name is Matt, and he literally sat there with me and went through a series of beers and told me the pros and the cons of a number of them. Didn't have to take time out of his day, but was so kind, made sure I was educated, and was very helpful. And a lot of his recommendations looked very delicious. And we started with one today from one Harlan Brewing. This is actually exactly the mood that I'm in right now. So this was a great, great find from him out of San Diego. And Waimea Hayes. And if I'm saying that wrong, it's not me, it's the alcohol. So my thanks to you very much, Matt, for setting me on the right path for today. I think you're an excellent addition. That's the first time I've gotten to meet you, so I'm glad that you're there. And I hope that you are having a great day. So cheers to you, sir. Thank you so much for your help. I really, really do appreciate it. Now, you can see in this, Lowe seems pretty content in trying to maintain this position, while Williams doing whatever he can to make that last impression, figuring with 2:50 left on the clock, this could go a few different ways. So Tackett's trying to grab one of the hands, opens up his whole guard at this point with the hopes and intentions to be able to just budge Francisco Lowe just a little bit. And in this particular sense, Lowe's looking around to see if he can maybe snag one of the legs. I think Tackett knows he is short on time on this LXB versus LXB on sort of crime that's happening here. Tackett so close to trying to get out, but instead has to settle for maybe a reset. Looks for the leg, tries to sweep underneath it, maybe get it for a knee bar here. He has a figure four on the outside leg. Pummels it over, maybe looking for a heel hook, but kind of that IBJJF push to get those points while standing back up. That would be huge if he was able to get it. However, I am cautiously optimistic for our friend that he will be able to pull that off. So we will be watching and waiting with bated breath to see if that happens. William Tackett is a monster, dude. This kid, he is so impressive to watch in this escape. Like, he has done so many incredible things in the jiu-jitsu community, and just a really solidly nice human being all around. We have done many interviews with him in our years on this show, and I wouldn't be surprised if you continue to see him doing wonderful and wonderful things in the jiu-jitsu community. All right, I think, though, William Tackett may be behind on the judges' scorecards. If we're looking at this somewhat objectively, Lowe's been putting good pressure. I do wonder if the ability to look for a finish is in consideration here, and that's difficult because Lowe has been so good with the pressure, but Tackett seems to sneak in a few of these kind of submissions here. So I guess it's really going to come down to what the judge's preference is in terms of, does it look like a submission versus does it look like control? And that is kind of where we're at on this match. So it'll be very interesting to see how that one plays out. But I do hope that you guys are watching along, you're invested in this, you are loving this match, because I'll be honest with you guys, it's a weird one. It's a weird one to have on a Thursday randomly here. Oh, William Tackett's looking for that heel hook. You know, if it's close, that might be just enough to give him just that much of an inch in this decision. He's trying to hit down on that heel hook. And if anything, he's trying to go home with a leg. Francisco Lowe was trying to counter with his own straight foot lock. Be very interesting to see how they judge that last one. So, in case you guys haven't been here before for the Who's Number One judging criterion, it's very simple how it works. There's a 15-minute regulation time. They break that time into 3 periods of 5 minutes, and then they'll say, period 1, we think this person won, and they'll shine a light of that person and their color. Then the second period comes, so they'll shine a light of the person and that color that they're wearing. And then by the third period, they wait for you if there's no submission, and then they give you the anticipation to say, you know, all that, it doesn't matter. We just kind of feel this way now, so womp womp. That was all for nothing. How do I know that? Well, they did that with Nicky Rod and Felipe Pena, because that was a very strange decision that they gave him. So this will be interesting. Control versus submission attempts. And I think the idea is they're going to be looking at how clean those submission attempts are. It is incredibly likely that you will see, Francisco Lowe pick it up. That control, it was a lot for William to handle for today. But that's a very impressive win for Francisco Lowe, who does some odd salsa dance, and they cut to the crowd, which, by the way, they never know where they're cutting on this thing. They literally just cut to something, and it's in the crowd instead of doing the salsa with the guy. Francisco Lowe is literally dancing for you. Put the camera on him. Do we not like dancing? Is this footloose? Are we banning dancing? Is that what's happening here? What's up, Micah John? This is a lot of screen time for this audience. I thought William won. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I love William, and he's a dear friend of the show. I was wondering if it's the submissions that he was trying to do, and they were subtle, but I have a hard time getting over the positional control that Francisco did have, so I do have to acknowledge and respect that. Also, let's not forget, whatever they put as the criteria here is completely bullshit, so there's that. Let's see what he has to say here. All right. Francisco is giving it up to his team. He apologizes for no submission, turns away from the hard cam, aka the camera that is the main one that you're supposed to be looking at when you do one of these promos. Kendall is saying we saw a lot of submission attempts, which... oh, you're a William fan. Oh, dude. William, like you, is a friend of the show that has been interviewed multiple times. So it's hard for me to watch this. It's like watching one of your matches and being like, I think Mike won. So there's a lot of thank yous in Portuguese. Don't know what those things mean, but all right, let's get back to this. I see something here by Tavera Watercrest that just said, howdy. Howdy indeed to you too. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you being here. I hope that you're in for a good night of matches. They were probably going to cut to commercial. They go to this terrible crowd shot. I don't know who's making this crowd shot happen. You could see the bar. Oh, Jesus Christ. You do care. I don't care about you, Mike John. Don't get that out on the street. I don't need people to know that. Come on, bro. By the way, if you guys want to see a good interview, go check out my interview with Michael John. We recently went over to visit him at 10th Planet Fullerton? Orange? What do we call that one? That one. What's up? The Diamond? Shouldn't you be teaching right now? Shouldn't you be whack? What are you talking about, whack? You don't even know what you're talking about. You just showed up. Turn this dog shit off. Bro, you don't even know what you're talking about. You're too busy pretending to coach right now. You should actually be yelling at your students. By the way, I think you just knocked out one of the earbuds from my ear. So there is that. By the way, I have to point this out. In case you guys truly want to go out and appreciate what the best of chatbot, aka artificial intelligence, has to offer, go on over to MAMA, Milton Arguello's Martial Arts Podcast, and check out to see what this man's doing on his social media. Oh, that's right. He doesn't have a podcast because he doesn't know how to talk. Boom. Roasted. It's a very strange day, guys. We're doing a movie of the machine. Sounds very exciting, and I will not watch it. But good for him. And he got Mark Hamill, so I do have to say, wow. What a moment. Anyway, if you guys are here, send us a comment. If your comment makes me laugh, I'll do a cheers and a toast to you, but I'll give you a real cheers and a toast if you become a subscriber here tonight. So all you have to do, find, like us, subscribe, all that good shit. You know we love when you guys are supporting the show. It means the world to us. So I appreciate you guys. Feel free to come through in the evening. Tell us what you're feeling. Tell us what you're thinking, should you so choose, because it is going to be a long ass fucking night tonight. Oh my God, it's Craig Jones. What are you doing here, Craig Jones? Shouldn't you be creating internet content that makes everybody laugh and being adorable? For feuding with Gabby Garcia? I don't know, man. It's tough to see what you're doing these days. But Craig, of course, very, very prominent in our community. I don't know if he knows this, but I've dubbed him the official Bugs Bunny of the jiu-jitsu landscape. Mostly in the sense that we have a lot of very dumb characters that Craig can essentially be the straight man that looks at us and goes, "You believe this shit? The gi is back." No. Craig, you didn't just show up to my fucking feed just to tell us the gi is back. I feel like this is trolling of the highest level, sir. I feel like this is almost unnecessary. Why pick on the gi, bro? When's the last time Craig Jones was in a gi? Can anybody answer that? I would love to get an answer for that one. But yes, up next, it looks like we have Dante Leon. And I guess fun story about Dante Leon. He has been, and I will put this out on Front Street, one of the most difficult people to arrange an interview with. Which is very funny to me because I'm usually like, hey man, when can you do this? So I will say this though. I do like that rash guard, I think. Looks like a race car. Yeah, I think that's what that is. Very interesting. He's also coming out with a The Rock elbow sleeve, aka Dwayne Johnson. What's up, Karsh Photo? Hope you're doing well. Yes, this is a good time to plug us. I don't even wear a dressing gown at a nice hotel. Brings back IBJJF trauma. Yeah, we should really get you compensated for all the trauma the IBJJF put you through. I think there's a lawsuit, right? There should be a lawsuit. Okay, I was wondering how we're going to say this guy's name because I was figuring I was going to butcher Ruben Alvarenga, which I didn't know if I was going to add an unnecessary elabra in the way I pronounce it, but I guess that's the way you're supposed to do it. So, yes, Ruan and Dante Leon should actually be a very fun match. I don't know how you guys felt about that last match. We had one of our friends come on. They thought that William won that one. Hard pressed. William's a friend of the show. I always like to go for friends of the show, except for Craig. I think Craig knows that, though. Dante Leon coming up right now, 155.2. I like that they put the 0.2 here, as if we might have been like, dude, that dude looks fat. Oh, he's got the 0.2 over? I knew he was fat today. What do you think of Dallas Buyers Club? I don't know, man. I wish I could put this on air. I was at Target today, and I saw there's a new board game version of Clue, and it looked like Professor Plum is a version of Gordon Ryan, and it made me laugh so hard that I was like, I need to snag this up. I would tell you this, though. The Cowboy Gordon, it is a phase. It is a very interesting phase. But true to form in the way that he was kind of just doing what Conor McGregor was doing and he bought off of that, he's now just doing what Brock Lesnar's doing. So Brock Lesnar in WWE is kind of Cowboy Brock, and it looks like a variation of that. So it's pretty easy to see the references here, kids. You just got to keep up. Dante Leon playing from guard. He does have it trapped around the arm, which is the leg around. Now they're going to stand right back up. But Ruan actually is coming out very fiery. And I have to say, it looks like the Army Gear version of Very Hard to Submit. So I'm going to have to give a note on over to Guy, actually, when I see this the next time. But yeah, he definitely looks like one of the Army soldiers in Toy Story if he was to have a uniform and he was to be grappling. That's the opinion here on this one. But yes, my appreciation to those of you who are stopping by. My thanks to Craig Jones, who was very kind to come and say hello to us for a few minutes. We miss you, Craig. Oh, God, I thought Ruan actually just slapped the shit out of Dante Leon, who's coming in with some excellent rubber guard. Look at the fucking flexibility of this dude. Oh, my God. And he's using it as a bait to try and sweep him out from there. Good for him, man. What a fucking moment. Woo! All right, so now Dante Leon with some actual good grips. I do like this. The split between the arm around the neck, being able to try and snap it down with the other arm grabbing the wrist. What is up, Arkit? Good to see you. Hope all is well. And if you guys are watching on any of the other channels, please feel free to go ahead and drop us some lines. Tell us what you're thinking, you're feeling. I can't do much about how you're feeling, but I can tell you some things, I guess, in response to how you may be feeling today. This is also a therapy session, I think. But yes, already in this one, it'll be very interesting to see how the judges start to come out with their preferences, because even though Ruan has been kind of pushing some of the action, Dante's been, I guess, a little bit more clever in his approaches of how he's trying to get Avanguera off of his game. So we'll see how that continues to progress. But I'm going to take a quick look on our sections to make sure we're not missing any comments. Thank you again to everybody tuning in. If you like what you're seeing here, give us, I don't know, a like. Give us a share. If you do that, I'll give you a toast on air. It's pretty easy to do that. So that's what we got for you guys here today. Very interesting back and forth right now. So at 11:55 on my clock right now. Oh my God. Run every single time is just short of coming through and slapping the hell out of Dante Leon, who's very fiery and I think is just powering up continuously. You guys can correct me if you think I'm wrong on this one, but I think that Dante Leon has stolen Ben Askren's hair. Does anybody else get that feeling? Excellent 2-on-1 grip here. But instead, now he's switching it back over, lets it go. I mean, Dante is definitely, I think, a game matchup for this. What's up? It's just Mike. Mike, I haven't seen you in ages. How have you been, man? Hope you're doing well, brother. I wouldn't be surprised if in this space they give the advantage to Ruan on this first 5 minutes, because we only have 1 minute left in this first period. And if it continues to go all the way through, I think you're going to find that, one, Dante Leon has to make up a little bit of ground in this first few minutes. Ooh, that was pretty good. That was a great read. Avanguera tried to go over and just Frankenstein a grip on him. Dante Leon kind of ducked underneath like a beautiful boxing. Oh my God, that's the nicest thing I've ever seen. Raph, you don't age. I'm trying not to, man, but it is becoming increasingly more difficult. I've always told people the reason why it looks like I'm aging a little slower right now is just because I've always been 40 years old. So I'm just maintaining since I was 8 years old. Now, that might be interesting. You did see Dante Leon get the takedown We're about to see the judges' preference here in just a second, and I wonder if that's enough to sway them, but the judges still favored Ron, and I actually think that's a good call. They weren't swayed by that last second attempt. However, this bodes very well for Dante Leon. If you ever see your opponent get a favoritism in the judges' preferences on this, and you're starting to work your way into mount with very, very solid pressure, I think things are looking your way. So, very intrigued how Dante is going to be able to make this work. Ron is, while mounted, essentially, he's still got a little bit of work to get on top here from one Dante Leon, but he was grabbing the foot just randomly in a way that you kind of get, I wouldn't call it demoralized, but a little bit discouraged. And in the process of getting back up, may have just given his back. Dante Leon chasing. Ron is moving erratically, but now he is in the middle of a body triangle. This is very good for Dante Leon. Dante has a lot of time here. It is 8:57 left on this clock. So now he's going to start attacking this head, moving with the arm positioning back and forth. He's trying to dig underneath here. He does have one arm underneath. This should be a wrap here from at this point. And now, yep, he gets the tap. An excellent finish here from one Dante Leon, who tells the crowd to stand back up and is yelling and screaming. He gets the sleeve. He put it in his shorts. So this is confusing here. And I'm not one to tell anybody what to do with their lives. However, if you wear the elbow sleeve, you can hold on to it and take it off after you have the ability to put it down somewhere. And Dante's going over and gesturing toward his arm. I don't know what he's gesturing to here. I think this is a good question. Is he just looking at how defined his arm is? This is, I guess, a good opportunity to do it. You're killing it, my brother. Great job. Oh, dude, that's so nice of you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm very curious to know what the fuck is happening here. So let's give them a moment and let's see what they have to say. And then from there, we can kind of make jokes and do what we need to do. But I believe Dante should be getting his interview right about now. Oh, that does remind me. We will have to do a toast to Dante Leon. So right after Kendall does an interview with him, we'll return back to our normal nonsense here. But let's hear what he has to say. So that's a Perry Athletics rash guard. This is terrible. If you're going to say Dante Leon is the winner, don't have the lower third on the audience who is not Dante Leon. Jesus Christ. All right, put that back on now. What's up, Juju Sweeps? Oh, you started following us. We're going to give you a cheers right now. So Kendall's asking, you got taken down a couple times. We don't normally see that. How are you feeling about that? Well, that's a weird question to ask him. I think he just said you got to grease the... What's up, Isaac? Look at this. One of my best training partners, Isaac, coming through on this viewing party right now. Isaac ducking me this week. Too busy for me. Look at this guy. That's how you know. Isaac gets too fearful. He wants to come talk trash over on my my nice little broadcast I'm doing here. I see you, brother. What's up, Gonzalez Grappling LLC? Gonzalez Grappling, are you guys a new organization? What are you guys all about? I see the LLC, and that's confusing to me, so I'd like to know more about what that is. Kendall's now asking about the strictness of one Dante Leon's diet, and... Oh, no, they are asking him to flex. That was an actual question that got asked here. So now he is taking off the rash guard to show everybody his body. Is this sexism, everybody? So he's saying, life of a professional athlete, you have to be strict. Well, I mean, Isaac knows that life. So Dante Leon is basically saying, that's an ADCC vet. I was able to do it. You got to be at this level, and that is something that I'm happy I did here today. So good for him. All right, Isaac, what am I going to submit you with the next time we roll? You tell me, brother. Look at speaking of people who duck me, Jesus Christ, Uncle Jesse. There's only one Uncle Jesse I recognize here, and that is one John Stamos. I don't know what this contender. You're sending a request to be in my live video too? Well, hold on. Okay, so the people on the other broadcast can't see this, but I do. I'll facilitate this. I've never done this because normally we have a main broadcast, but I see that Uncle Jesse's here, and I want to hear what he has to say. So was that an accidental push? Because if it is, I want to hear what this is. So let me see here. Yeah, I pressed accept. All right, here we go. You guys may not be able to hear us, but I'm going to try and give it to a point. Okay, Jesse, what is going on, first of all? How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Actually, I didn't mean to hit the press button, but I was just wanting to say hi. But I'm just at the gym right now, do some therapy on my legs and my feet right now.
Wait, so you're at the gym to do some therapy on your legs and on your feet. What's wrong with them, number one? Two, how can I best attack that?
I mean, good luck. I mean, it's just normal wear and tear. I'm doing great. I do this thing, this little leg squishy thing, like every day after practice, but it's gold. But no, my legs are actually the first time healthy in quite some time. Yeah, so I'm good.
Okay, I mean, here's the issue. I know that you're training with Chambers, so when you get somebody at Chambers level, I can't attack that same way that he can. So I think you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, I just got smashed by Chambers the other day. Oh my gosh, that guy's unreal. But yeah, I mean, definitely grooming. I'm around a lot of top leg locked out guys. But yeah, Chambers, it's freaking.
I will. The reason why I mention him is because I have a thing that I have said in many of the years of doing the show, and the many times that I've interviewed him, is I've been like, he's like the one person I've said I just won't train with. Because other people I'll train with and I'll know I'll get wrecked. But I've just told Kyle flat out, I was like, I have nothing for you. Like, I recognize that about us. You're the worst kind of body type for my type of style. Because he has that kind of like dexterity where you think you pass his guard and then you end up back in the worst possible place. And you go, this dude's legs are too long. I don't want to grapple against him.
It's a trap. If you're somewhere like, oh, I'm here, just second guess or back down. It's always 100% time a trap.
Well, Jesse, I know you did this accidentally, but I wanted to make you accountable because once I saw you do it, I was like, oh no, I think this is an accident, but I'm going to make him do this. But I want to tell you, man, keep up the good work. I saw the work that you were doing over at ADCC. I just happened to miss you, but I saw a couple of the highlights. Looked really, really good, my man. So keep that shit up. You're doing a great job. And I guess stop ducking me and at some point find your way on up here north.
I don't think ducking's the appropriate word, but I'll have a lot more time up in June to come up. So
It's 100% the right word. I won't allow you to change the narrative and record on this.
I will. I'll let you have it just because I haven't been there, but I'm still going to protest. Ducking is not the correct word.
You can protest it as long as you want. You can tell your side of the story. I just happen to be the guy who's the host. So all I'm going to ever say is I'm going to spam this forever and ever. But anyway, sir,
Fair.
I'll let you go. Get your recovery in. It's very good to see you, brother. And we'll get some training in soon.
Really. Sounds good. In June.
Listen, dude, I'm keeping you to that. So if I don't see you in June, I am going to rain hell on you on the roast chats.
Fair. Absolutely fair.
All right, man. You take it easy, brother.
Late.
Peace. All right. Well, that was our good pal, Uncle Jesse, coming to say hello. And now I don't know if he knows how to get off of this thing, so I don't know that I can kick you off.
Yeah, me figure it out.
Okay.
I got you.
I was like, oh God, look at this. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know you guys couldn't see him. He's a tough person to keep eyes on when he doesn't turn on his thing. Isaac, you could see I don't treat just you like this. It is a select breed of you guys that I roast on a regular occasion. So I see over here Alpaca Attacka. That's actually a really good screen name, by the way. Tells me a lot about you in a short amount of time. All right, so we got to do some toasts. Oh my goodness, I see some comments here. And it says, great back take for Daniel. I would agree. show the stream. Oh my God. And then it's followed by if you can, which is the funniest and most pathetic ask you could ever have, by the way. Show the stream if you can, man. Because, like, it's hard for me, man. I can't afford Flow Grappling. All right, I should change where we're at right now. No, the people who run Flow Grappling actually know me, and I'm not going to jeopardize my page just so that you can see it. That's why I'm doing this, so I can at least narrate to you what's happening. You're welcome. And speaking of which is happening right now, just noticed, in case you didn't see, we are currently at Couch and Mitchell, and Jacob Couch is putting up a pretty good attempt to regard. However, Isaac Mitchell wanting no part of it. And I do want to acknowledge one thing here very quickly, which is this, that if you are watching this and you are seeing the beautiful way in which Isaac is passing, let's acknowledge that. Let's also give it up for the fact that Jacob Couch has a sleeveless rash guard that is kind of dope. Like, I'm kind of into whoever put this. I'm not sure if this is a peri-athletic one as well, but Jacob is trying to take home a leg off the outside, not getting it. And yikes. And it says, Flow charges too much. Wish they had a monthly subscription. So here is the secret behind that, just so that you know. If you go through Flow Sports and sign up, you can do the monthly $30 option, because I myself very much hate that they don't allow a monthly whenever you go to Flow Grappling to sign up through there. But if you go through Flow Sports, it should be a $30 monthly charge. So, and it's very kind of you to say, tell your friends from Flow. I don't know that we consider ourselves friends. I think we know each other, and I think I'm friendly with a couple of them. What's up, Angel? But I wouldn't go as far as to say that we're besties. I'm not quite on the Flow Grappling Christmas card list. But yeah, they know us and I know them. In fact, the two commentators here tonight, Ricardo and Chase, are acquaintances of the show. I just saw Chase over at the ADCC Open, and I was able to congratulate him on his recent black belt, and that was really, really dope to see. And speaking of dope to see, oh my God, Isaac Mitchell getting this front headlock. Excellent on it. Lots of weight. Kind of sliding a little bit on the pressure. He's probably going to look to take the back here, if I'm guessing. So it'll take a moment to figure that out. But as he's trying to turn the corner here, he's being very cautious not to give up space for a second. Jacob Couch is somebody who can make things go from 0 to 100 very quickly. So you don't want to let him back into this fight if you have the ability to do so. And it says, we'll be besties after I leg lock you. Oh, wow. Do you notice here, friends, that Uncle Jesse waited to post that until after he got off the air with me? Notice he didn't do any of that trash talk while he was on air with me. He was literally able to say it to my face on this broadcast, and yet, a little too shy for that. It's a very interesting question here, Jesse. So what I want from you is I want you to buy me the beer after I tap you. Does that make sense? Because I figure since you're going to make the trek on up this way, we should probably go get a drink at that point. But I'm just saying, I would like you to buy the beers. Plus, you do real estate, so you make money. I don't. Most of these people, if you ask them to buy a beer for you, you're probably going to bake the break for them. But here, you're fine. Beautiful top control here by Isaac Mitchell. Pressure continuously and lifting the head up, which actually is a very good tactic if you want to keep somebody from having the ability to kind of shrimp up and get their base. It's an excellent wrestler trick. And if you guys have ever worked with a very solid wrestler, you will see that sometimes they'll get that kind of pin predicament and start to lift the back of the head. And it does seem that it is similar to it. Smiley Y03, what minute is your stream on? So right now, I have 10 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in this match. So I might be just a little bit behind you guys. If you want to sync up with me, you just probably have to put it on pause. If you don't mind knowing more than me, and lots of people do, so don't worry about that, just go ahead and be in the future and just smile when I start saying some of the shit that you've already seen. And I see here, whoever taps pays for beers, deal. Well, here's the fun part. I like that you said that, but it should be most taps, because I don't assume even if I tap you like 3 times, you won't tap me once. You could try, but we'll see. We'll do what I like to usually call like a marathon round. So I usually just put on like No clock except for an hour clock, and then just roll. So there is that. So we'll do that. Smiley, so I hope that answers your question and that you know that you are able to kind of play along with us. But yeah, we usually try to do a little bit of play-by-play, and it does say right here that Isaac Mitchell was the judge's favorite on that one. And I got to tell you guys, maybe I'm in need of recognition way too much, but if I was in the middle of one of these matches and I heard that the judges favored me, I think it would be very difficult for me not to just go like, who, me? You guys favor? That's really nice of you guys. I love you guys. Thanks, judges. I favor you guys too. Oh, I'm in a triangle? Oops. Sorry. Yikes. So there's that. But yeah, I feel like whatever Jacob Couch is wearing, he looks like he's in the kind of like apparel that we would have if we were in rollerball, or if he was like in the NBA but as a grappler. So there's that. All right. I'm interested to hear what you guys have predicted for tonight's events. So if you want to go ahead and chime in with predictions at any given time, you're more than welcome to do that. I will be looking through all of the different comment sections to make sure I don't miss any of you guys, because I do my best to make sure that we include everybody who chimes in. Unless you're a dick, then at that point I really don't care what you have to say. But for the most part, most of you guys are pretty respectful and nice, and I'll bring that into the show. But if you guys are dicks, yeah, you're out. But I'm seeing a lot of really, really good back and forth here. You know, I wouldn't say Jacob's out of this at all. In fact, it looked like he was about to set up a very sweet sweep, but he wasn't quite able to hit it. Now, showing some of his flexibility here. He has an underhook in full guard, and he has 8 minutes to go here. So for this period and for Jacob to get that judge's favor, ooh, he has a body triangle sort of full guard here. That's a very interesting approach, if we're being honest. Because, first of all, whenever I do that to people, I always feel it's kind of a dick move. But if you're in competition mode, do whatever you want. I'm not in charge here, guys. Yes, so far so good. Very solid match. In terms of this, Isaac Mitchell, clearly the aggressor. Jacob Couch looking for some kind of an inch. With that body triangle from that full guard, that compression, it just seems like, oh God, now he's starting to just dig on the skull and try to pull him over to the side. Doesn't look like it's happening just yet, but he has a grip on the inner part of the armpit. Starts to get one arm circled back in, but has to go back to a regular closed guard. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, Isaac not taking any part of that bait. Jacob was possibly think he would be able to make that work into a little bit of a triangle attempt here, but didn't happen. Oh my God, this pass. Holy shit. What the fuck are you doing, Isaac? Get the fuck out of here. Wow. I don't know how to describe this if you were just watching with what we're doing here, but essentially what just happened there was Isaac Mitchell jumping around like a fucking kangaroo to helicopter his way to a back take. And now he has a back take. He is starting to flatten out Jacob Couch, who is doing his best. The Hillbilly Hammer is in trouble here, but he's proven to be pretty resourceful in a number of very bad spots. So, again, he may not be out of this entirely, but yikes. What's up, Dustin? Hey, speaking of people who duck me, Dustin, look at this guy, goes to another training session instead of 10-round Tuesday because he has work. Likely story, Dustin. Likely story. And it should go on record. Dustin is way better at me than jiu-jitsu, so I don't know what his deal is. All right, Jacob Couch has his back taken here, slowly trying to make his way out of it. He is maybe trying to get a better grip out of this. He is circling inside of that foot. He is now starting to grab it. I think he understands between the arm being a little off, he may have an escape route here. But oh my God, back at the half Nelson grip here for Isaac, almost that power half with a body lock here. And now that body lock almost assures that he's going to be able to keep him for just a few more seconds. But I wouldn't be surprised. Now they're favoring, yes, again, Isaac Mitchell. Let me see here. It says, haha, you mean the gym I pay a membership to? Boo. Boo, don't put that on me. This is the worst excuse ever. Like, we shouldn't expect you over at 10 Round Tuesday at Michael Frosto's New Ground Jiu-Jitsu, a shirt of which I am wearing here, people. And by the way, I'm apparently teaching there tomorrow at 10 and 11. So if you guys want to get some good training in, come find me at New Ground Jiu-Jitsu, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Basics and then all levels. It's very funny. I forgot that I was actually teaching there until just this moment. So thanks for reminding me here, Dustin. Yeah, he's trying to take the back. It could be a twister. It probably won't be. Would be a big surprise. But he doesn't quite have a lockdown here. But I think he's trying to make a makeshift twister. But instead, I think it's just to keep the grip, to maintain the fact that Jacob Couch is going to be there. And it says, going to see if I can get the shitty flow stream to work at home. God bless you. Go with God on that one, sir. That's, whew. There are so many problems with these streams. Oh, look at that. I do see our good friend. That is Cody Steele. And there's Attack It. And there's, I think, is that a Rutolo? Good for him. But yes, Dustin, please join us. Please make sure that you can see some of this ridiculousness. I would say this, though, Dustin. I think that Jacob Couch has the kind of old school vibe of Rash Guard setup that we really should have more and more people go back to. David Aceituno says, Tito Santana, don't call me Chico. That's very funny. I do like that. Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well, my friend. What is up, Vinton Howerneck? And it says, you have joined us. Welcome, sir. We are here for a very long time. We are just in the process of watching our nonsense here. And I hope that you guys are enjoying your day. We have, Jacob. Ooh. Went to an omoplata and then all of a sudden found himself in attacking a leg with 2:32 left to go. He is in the middle of a potential knee bar here. I'm going to guess, though, that Isaac is going to be able to get himself out, but I think he needs to work with a little more urgency as Jacob is not afraid to break the shit out of anything. Isaac is not flinching in the least. And now Isaac is triangling his legs, which should prevent some attacks. I just feel like Jacob Couch is not the person that I can continuously do that with. I feel like Jacob can beast his way through a number of very bad spots, and Isaac Mitchell is able to get a break from that action. He stands right back up, and Jacob goes to pulling guard once again. There's 154 left in this match. Now, you have to figure with two favoritisms on over to Isaac Mitchell, Jacob Couch has to get a submission here. What's up, Grayson? Good to see you, kid. Hope you are doing well. It's very interesting. Now Isaac's kind of pushing on the head, giving him the uncle head position. Oh my God, I thought for a split second here Isaac was going to fucking kick him. Jesus Christ. Couch trying to butt scoot his way into heavy action. Not quite getting much of a reaction out of Isaac, who, as you may recall, is very dangerous in his passing because the last time he did this, he essentially just kind of floated over him, hovered around him, and then immediately went into a back take, which sounds cool if you can make it happen. I can't. I'll tell you that much. But now Jacob Couch starting to try and pull down on Isaac Mitchell, seeing if maybe he can stall him out for a little bit more. He's been very, very transparent with that, like trying to wrap the leg around the arm type of a grip and doesn't quite get it. And now Isaac does have an underhook. Those are two legs that are stopping him from moving, as it does look like a decent frame. And Jacob Couch trying to grab that leg. He is now holding on to it for dear life. He has 23 seconds You have Daisy Fresh, aka Pedigo, one Jacob Couch monster trying to make something happen. I don't think it's going to be enough time here for him, unfortunately. I think that Isaac is going to end up getting a decision quite easily, as Jacob is trying to give him a home parting gift to let him go back. And for a split second, I think that it was Isaac who looked like, hey man, I'm not going to tap to this, but I just want you to know, like, why are you trying to break my leg? So that went about how I thought it was going to go. And it says, never mind, I forgot membership expired. I'm not super excited to pay another $150 for the year. Okay. As we were telling some people earlier, as a reminder, you can get the $30 a month if you go through Flow Sports. Now, I guess you have to ask yourself, are you paying $30 this month just to watch this card? Yeah, I don't know. It's iffy to me, my friend. If you want, I've got you covered here, so I'll do all the play-by-play that you need. And let's be honest, I'm better than the commentators they have. I love Rich, aka Rick. Love Chase. Hell of a more boring version of what we do here. That's all. I'm just saying. Of course, Isaac Mitchell taking home the decision win here tonight. And not even surprised here, motherfuckers, as one very prominent person may say. But we'll see what he has to talk about on this post-interview here with Kendall. And then we'll return back to our normal stuff. So no cheers for him, unfortunately. This, guys, let's not shoot a low angle of them, please. Boof. It says, I'll probably spend $150 on tequila tonight instead. I mean, that makes sense. Honestly, you'll have a much better time doing that. Kendall's asking, you haven't been here in a bit. How's it feel? So he's giving props to Jacob and all the Pedego guys. Now, he's giving props to Brazilian Fight Factory, his new team. Which, by the way, I never really got an official reason why he's no longer with B Team. So do any of you have that? Because I have no clue what that's about. Oof. Interesting. So Isaac is trying to call Pedro Marinho, I think, but I think that's also contingent on what happens later tonight. So Kendall's asking if is that how you thought it was going to go? And Isaac said that he expected him to be resilient and have some good defense, and he was not at all really worried about the leg locks, which honestly, man, if you've seen who he's trained with, it kind of makes sense. So there you have it. That was that match. Coming up next, just to keep you guys on track, it is going to be Alex Enriquez? Yeah. And Alaquin. And it says, I heard he left a while back, but not aware of any details. Me neither. I just saw that he was gone. And to be honest, B Team notoriously defected from those other guys. I think this is one of the first big defections from B Team. And given that I thought Isaac was close with Craig, I don't know those details. I don't know if it was just a, hey man, I can't be here, or you guys are too silly, or I don't know. There's a number of reasons. But it didn't seem like it was on bad terms, which was why I feel like I can ask that. So there is that. But thank you, Jesse, for that one. David, you just asked a question that I will answer here. Do you think that this grappling format, where you know who you're fighting with months of anticipation, makes the sub rate per event lower? No. No, I don't know, man. There's something weird. It is potentially that they are matching them up well. that makes the submission rate a little bit harder because I don't know, man. If you ever get matched up with somebody that you're really well matched with, it is hard to submit them. And that is frustrating. And it's not for lack of trying because most of these goons are trying to kill each other. Yes, those other guys. I mean, let's put it this way. Gary is a friend of the show, so I can call him whatever I want. I've interviewed Danaher. I've interviewed Gordon multiple times. Those goons. That's all I can say. But, yeah, I haven't seen them in a bit. It was way funner to do these interviews in person, by the way. The digital format, it's a means to survive, and honestly, much easier to get people for a longer, in-depth interview, and I do appreciate that. But there's nothing that quite beats doing these things live. It's just a matter of running into people and then trying to make it work. It's a headache. And dealing with certain promotions can be a fucking nightmare. I will just tell you that now. So I definitely know, though, if the opportunity arises, I will definitely be happy to come back and do another interview with those guys. And I'm pretty sure that will happen. But yeah, David, in answer to your question, I would say this. I would say, oh my God, Ron Bond. Hold on. Fuck you, David. I'm going to go over to Ronnie. First of all, Ronnie, I need to ask you this. I don't know if you know Jesse, but like, does he seem like the type that would duck me? Because I got to tell you guys, he's kind of ducking me, bro. And I know he's not necessarily under your jurisdiction, but like, it's a bad look, bro. Because you know it's like me, and you've rolled with me, and it's like, you know, it's not that good, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Talk to your 10th planet brethren. Let them know. All right, what was I saying here? David. I think it's frustrating in the sense that they match them up pretty well. I think it's frustrating in the sense that I still feel like this rule set, maybe it's the money. I don't know what it is. And I definitely, like, if you see Dante Leon's match, you know that dude came out fire and wanted to really get a submission win. There's not any stopping that. But, like, William Tackett's also a beast. And he didn't win tonight. But he didn't do bad. He just maybe was a little bit short on one of the judging criteria. I think those are things that are hard to explain. Everybody always says it's the rule set. I tend to agree with that. But how do you fix it? How do you make these magical submissions happen? I'll say this. Tonight, we're going to see Lovato return, and he's going against Elder Cruz. Now, that could be a barn burner match. And maybe Lovato's vet savviness makes him way more competitive than his age should ever allow him to be. And maybe Elder Cruz just kind of wrestles him and kind of gets a really, really good moment against this legend here tonight. But you do know in the back of your mind, there's a major possibility that nothing happens that match. And yet on paper, you look at it and you think, that's got to be a barn burner. That's got to be great. But there's something weird about it. And it's maybe because it's old guy versus young guy. And you know what? I shouldn't call Rafael Lovato old because he's 1 year younger than me. But, I mean, jiu-jitsu-wise, old. Yeah, because I call myself old, so I don't know what I'm talking about here. Yeah, we're good on this. Why are we running Walmart ads on this fucking shit? Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, my God. All right, that's what I thought. I was like, how the shit did Christina Aguilera end up anywhere in my vicinity here? I was like, why are we listening to oh, that's all the Walmart ad. All right, let's keep this thing moving. Let's move. Apologies here on the main stream. Looks like the camera just kind of bounces in and out. So if it does continue to keep this up, we'll take a momentary break to fix that, but it looks like it is going fairly fine at this point. But yeah, it's Alex Enriquez. Okay, full disclosure on her. We are looking to interview her as well, and I should be able to get her scheduled. My schedule has been, unfortunately, very, very busy, so she is definitely somebody that we are reaching out to, and I hope she wins tonight, so it makes it super easy to book, because I think she's dope. and I am stoked to see how this plays out here tonight. But yeah, coming out of Atlanta, Georgia at the Atos, recently just picked up some big wins. But man, been a fan. Like, I've watched her work and I've thought she's really, really good. And I think at one point I even told her, I was like, we're probably going to do an interview sooner than later. And lo and behold, she gave us reason. I think the weird thing that they're dropped off this is she is a recent winner of, and I have to figure out if I got this one right or wrong. I think it was a Medusa that she recently won. So that was one of the reasons that we reached out to her to try and schedule that. So I haven't forgotten, and she has been more than understanding. But her team is the People's Jiu-Jitsu, by the way, for Amanda. And I have to say, in Florida, given The Rock, a.k.a. Dwayne Johnson, the People's Jiu-Jitsu is like, I don't know. That's like, they should all have to do the People's Elbow, I think. That's just my rule. I can't make anything happen like that, but I'd like to put that out there for the internet culture to make that happen for them. But yeah. Yeah, that, again, do we call her Tubby? I don't feel comfortable calling anybody Tubby. So I don't know if that's a rule that we have to follow, but I'd prefer not to. I'm just gonna, if we're cool calling her Amanda, I'd like to call her Amanda. But yeah, we're just calling her Tubby. Okay, you guys insist. All right, here we go. Beginning of the match, Alex, kind of that inside grip, Tubby, aka Amanda. Sorry, I just went against my own rule here. Back and forth between the two. They have not started the clock. At least they didn't on the screen, but then they just magically took off 20 seconds. So they caught that one on the Flow Grappling stream. A little bit of mercy with one hand. Ooh, I like that. That was almost like a nice little inside kick to that thigh here by Alex, who has an underhook and is starting to put tons of pressure on the back of the head. Amanda sifts it off, makes her way back into carrying on in this match. And what's interesting is already I could kind of see that Alex likes to make sure that their opponent does not get the distance that they want. AKA, if you're trying to get that reach and you use that back foot with that same arm to gauge what your reach is, it looks like Alex takes a step back to make sure that they never have the full force of being able to snap them down, which I think is kind of dope. So as they jostle back and forth, exchanging grips, they just showed the back of the referee for no reason. So there's that. Both of them are trying to drag down here. Amanda doing an excellent job. Now Amanda has an underhook, but she's a little bit further away. She goes back to make that collar tie grip, used to kind of shuck and move out Alex, but Alex doesn't even budge, not at all. Now the two of them switching grips back and forth yet again. So just to remind me, and if you guys want to keep me accountable on this, we do have to do a cheers for our good friend Dante Leone, aka the person who has evaded me and has not given me an interview yet, but we'll make it happen. And Alex almost got the back here, but now Amanda's doing an excellent job. Uh-oh. That's not great. Amanda is on top at this moment, and it did look like for a split second that Alex was going to be able to sweep her. I think Alex is settling into the actual moment here. Oh no, this is very interesting how this is happening. What's up, Jake? I see you back on commentary next. Jake, I'm not listening to the commentary. I don't know how to tell you this. I barely knew that. Were you on the last one? I just thought it was Ricardo and Chase. I didn't know I had to roast you too. Good to know, though. All right. Tubby, again, still sounds weird to say. Don't love saying it. But Tubby now pressing the action from top. Alex trying to make some kind of frame happen here. And now there's a knee that's being put on that arm. That's putting some pressure here that might secure the position, the pass. Alex still keeping a knee on the inside. If Amanda is able to move all of her weight on over to the side, she should be good. She's looking up at the clock to make sure She is within her time boundaries. Now she's in on a guillotine. This could be very bad. However, Alex has an underhook and is trying to use that momentum to come back up. She's going to be very careful about this. But you will notice she is going straight back to a lockdown. And on that lockdown, it will give her a moment to recalibrate. Now, this is tricky. Whenever you do that kind of electric chair or that lockdown, you have to be very cautious about your neck. If you leave that exposed too much, people can take advantage of that, but it can be a very good position to create a little bit of a disrupted balance here and there. So there is that. Eek. Okay. Eloquent is now on top, still putting that pressure on. She could press down with the other foot to press down on that knee and slide on over. It's always easier than advertised because that leg that's trapped in that half guard, you always think to yourself, why can't you just pull that up? And the answer is reasons. And I think on this one, you'll be hard pressed to say that the People's Jiu-Jitsu is not going to get the advantage here, but ooh, Alex now maybe looking for a leg, now switching to a sweep with that grip. She has a potential sweep here, but it's really on the tip of her toes. And I would love to see her come up on this, maybe take it into a single leg and start working. And her feet are in the nether regions. We won't really get too much into that. But they did just say that Amanda is the favorite of the past 5 minutes. Woo! Okay, and they're back on their feet right now. So we'll see how much that kind of impacted Alex's gas tank, or if at all, she is able to make any adjustments that will make this more fruitful for her efforts. Gabe, I hope you're doing well, buddy. I know I haven't heard anything from you today, but I'm glad that you're back on the show. It's just good to see you again, sir. A little bit of jostling back and forth. Once again, let's go ahead and double check and make sure we're not missing anybody on the comment section. I just want to make sure that I am addressing all of your needs, your wants. Oh, like I said, don't forget to give us a like and a share. If you guys give us a like and a share and you send us a photo of it, we will give you a toast on air, and we do that for everybody who gets submission finishes. So, like and a share gets you a toast on air, just as a reminder. And now Alex is getting work from up top, working to pass. Quinn is maybe gesturing that she might get up here. Alex leaves the hand out just ever so slightly. And Amanda grabbed it for a split second. Looked like she might have tried to wrestle up from it, but instead opts to continue this butt scoot. And yet, I mean, it's pretty interesting to see how this is matched. So, David, in response to your earlier question, I think this match is a perfect example of what we were talking about earlier. Like, both of them are great. You have the 5th and the 6th seed currently, not like from olden times. This is a current 5th and 6th seed, and yet you have a match that's just pretty even in terms of skill set. You just get the sense that maybe Amanda is winning this just a little bit more. So, whose fault is that? If anybody's. And is there any fault to be made? So, just something to consider as we try to find the reason why this feels weird. However, if you're looking at Amanda, she's doing a pretty good job here of settling up a triangle. But, I think Alex is going to slip right out. But if Amanda can hold on to that arm, she could turn that into a couple different things. Alex with excellent defense. That's not great. Alex has to be very careful about that arm getting extended backwards. But Alex is now, through a series of wonderful reversals here, she has a real opportunity. She could potentially start to submit her from this position. I'm very intrigued to see how Alex is going to play this. Putting pressure down on Amanda, this is not great, but Amanda's, Ooh, Amanda is fighting out of it and comes back on top. Somehow fights her way all out and around. Good on her. Damn, that's really impressive. I'm very impressed by her resolve on that one. That was a tough thing to navigate here. Good Lord. Now, I will say this as well. Tonight's Flow Grappling presents, TEZO presents, Who's Number One presents Meregali versus Marinho. I'm intrigued by what we're watching here tonight for this reason. Everything's moving a little bit faster than usual. What I mean by that is we're so used to these things dragging on that even though we've seen multiple decisions on this card so far, for the most part, it's moving quite nicely. Like, it's 7 p.m. here, which means it would be 10 p.m. over on the East Coast. But 7 p.m. here to be almost to your co-main event is not bad. So I will give them credit. We could potentially be done here within an hour's time. But knowing Flow Grappling, it's going to drag. So it's not like you guys have to go anywhere. Oh, boy. You are seeing Amanda look for a different entry here, and I feel like you're going to see Amanda get another judge's favoritism light coming up here in just a second. Alex is in some real trouble yet again. Ooh, no. That arm is trapped, and there's a smother. Alex barely gets out of it. Yes, we do get the judge's favor for Amanda, but Alex could find her way into a triangle. Just be very careful about how she pops out of here. I think she'll be able to get out, but it does hold you in this position in a way that's entirely uncomfortable, and she Ace Venturas her way out of that position. So, 4:32 left to go in this match. If you are Alex, you kind of have to throw the kitchen sink at this point at one Amanda. It is not the best of times, but I mean, it is what you have to do. And she's almost kind of feeding her a leg to see if she could take the bait, putting herself almost into a calf slicer. And she's like, whatever. And it's worse because it's a calf slicer with a back tape. And now Alex is pushing off of the mouth of Amanda. Eek. Don't love it. So, I guess I should start telling Jesse what kind of drinks I like. Because I just figure if I tap him out, he has to buy me beers. Usually double IPAs are very good for me. I'm unfortunately not a cheap date, so womp womp. Ooh, Alex is trying for this kind of just straight arm from the bottom, using it almost as a sweep, but instead gets pushed right back into side control. Wow. Yeah, that is not the world's most reliable attack. It definitely comes in handy in a pinch, but from underneath, it can really do some disservice every once in a while. Oh boy. That's not great. Poor Alex. Because I didn't hate the play. It's just, it is slightly risky. And like I said, she's got to kind of throw everything at her with just 3 minutes left to go. You do get the sense that Amanda is very commanding in the way that she is leading right now. And Amanda, maybe even thinking about a gift wrap here, wondering if it's Christmas, because she definitely has a package to put away. There is a body triangle. There is a grip underneath that chin. I'd like to see the other angle of it. There we go. Thank you, Flow Grappling and Technical Director. It's not over, but it's not looking great for Alex. With this body triangle, which is loose now, just considering that she's trying to relock it up as she moves on over to the side, it is not the world's best place to be. Yeah, this is no bueno. Uh-oh. And Amanda is right back to mount, switching on over to a head and arm triangle. This is not boding well for Alex. I think, unfortunately, Alex may be on the wrong end of a decision if she doesn't get submitted here. And I do wonder if Amanda's able to finish this. Ooh, Alex is fighting out of it. And maybe, just maybe. Oh my God. This transition is beautiful. Going straight from a head and arm to taking the back, then potentially having a triangle on the side, but she does lose it in that transition. And look at this. Now, Alex back on top, exhausted, but still looking for something, anything to get back to here to finish and continue on with this. She's grabbing a foot, and I think she doesn't quite have a good bite on it. Now instead, she's playing from bottom once again, and Amanda is just continuing to go back to work, looking for that head, looking for any kind of position that's going to allow her to put away this match, but it's looking increasingly likely that we're going to go all the way to time on this one. So, yikes. What a great performance for Amanda. And again, Tubby. So where does the nickname Tubby come from? Because I guess we need to discuss this. What's up, Loke? Like, how does one get the nickname, oh, my name is Amanda, but my friends call me Tubby? Or, you know, Amanda was my mom's name. Call me Tubby. Wink. Because I get it. The whole reason I tell people, like, you can call me Raph is because my full name is Raphael. That's pretty easy. It's easy to understand. It's like Timothy, Tim. Makes sense. Amanda, Tubby. Huh? What do I know? So, last few seconds. And it goes all the way. You do see Amanda make a couple claps there. And she's celebrating because she knows that she got the decision. Huzzah! Good job. That was a great performance from Amanda. They're taking a moment before they do the official hand raise, and I think Alex is pretty tired, and understandably so. That's just fucking draining, dude. Good Lord. I don't know. Talk to me in the comment section. Let me know what you're thinking, feeling, where you're at mentally, what you're enduring, what you're doing at the moment, because we are having ourselves a good time here over on this. And my appreciation to our good friend Beast on the Mats for giving us some love in the comment section over on our Discord, which, by the way, we do have a Discord. I was looking to see if I had anything that said that. Nope, I don't. Okay. What's up, Money Chiba? That's pretty actually funny. I like that name. It's a very solid name. Good props to you. All right, we're going to see what Tubby has to say. And then we'll get back to our normal shtick and business. Again, like and a share. We'll give you a toast on air. Those are coming in very, very quickly. So don't go anywhere. Why is this lens so dirty? So Kendall's asking her to tell the life story between her and Amanda, or her and Alex. So, yeah, they're going through the backstory of how she decided to do Worlds and how their last match. Not making any excuses, but here's an explanation. Here's what it is. So she knew that she was going to work off of the reverse De La Hiva, which is her favorite position. And so it was a big challenge for her not to do that or get caught in that game. And she's saying, you know, there's some stuff that she still needs to work on, but she'll be able to make those adjustments in time. So Kendall's now asking her, where can we see you next? Anna's saying, do you want a title shot? Because you might get one. What's up, Risky? Aw, it's very sweet. Hold on. Let's take a moment here. All right, I'm going to turn this down now. She said that it is her husband's birthday. Very cute, very adorable. But then she continued by saying that for the husband's birthday, what he really wanted was a dominant performance tonight. Okay. Anybody who's married here knows if you say that, that's all you're getting. So, like the play here, but, I'd make sure I'd qualify that with, yeah, babe, I want you to go out there and have a dominant performance, and that's what I want from you tonight. But I also would like a nice night out at Applebee's, if we could do that too. Because it's really unfair that we have to be at who's number one on my birthday. I mean, it's fine. We could pick any day in the world, but we're having you compete at who's number one. No particular day of importance to me. Just saying, a sampler plate would be really dope for me. Love you. It's funny. You did catch me on that. I almost said apples, bees. I'll tell you this much: the alcohol, just a slight amount, putting into a machine that's been sober for a little bit, will take out some of the jokeability. So womp womp on that. But yeah, almost landed that one. All right, let's switch the insignia on the main broadcast. We'll let you know that we are currently at co-main event status. Rafael Lovato Jr. versus Elder Cruz coming up next very shortly. But instead, they're showing you some highlights, some moments from the kids, the wonderful people over at AOJ. And they're doing it documentary style to tell the story of them and their team. So we got a few minutes before we get to Lovato. So throw your questions at me, friends. Throw your comments at me. Throw your concerns at me. And I will do my best to navigate quasi-entertaining but more informative answers as we go. Which, by the way, I like the Lovato picks rash guards that look like when he was competing back in 2014. Because that photo to me, it took me a split second. I was like, no, that is him. And if you're Elder Cruz, this is all upsides for you. Like, this is a beautiful moment for you to come shine against the living legend that is Rafael Lovato Jr. Or as we like to say here on this show, the other Rafael. Because let's face it, it's weird to be in a fucking sport where another person who has your name that you're friendly with, and you've been at places where people do jiu-jitsu and they yell out, "Oh, Rafael," and you both turn around and you go, "Ugh, this is weird." What do you think Gordon Ryan gets at Applebee's? Applesbee's or Applebee's? Because Applesbee's is the low-income housing version. You know what it is? I like that I turned it into a very stereotypical, like, New Jersey girl that's like, "Where we going tonight? We going to the Applebee's? Is that where we going? The Applesbee's? Because you know I love the Applesbee's. And when I go to the Applebee's, you know I get my potato skins." It's so stupid. So, yeah. If you're Gordon, though, I think you mostly just go with the meat that your body can't consume. So you probably go heavy on the fajitas, or as he would probably order them, fajitas, and then immediately regret it when you go into the bathroom that night and Sonny has to go check on him multiple times. Actually, no, that's not a Gordon Ryan impression, because a Gordon Ryan impression actually comes from right here, and it speaks very quickly and very abruptly, even though you can't understand it. And there's a lot of times where there's like a stutter that happens because it's just like when you're the goat, you almost don't even need to comply to normal people's ability to hear. Is that a better one? Because it's pretty good. Just saying. I've done it before. Most people in the sport I can do an impression of. But yeah, man, look at that. The height reach, of course, to Lovato. The age reach. Age reaches, by the way. I'm going to start saying that from now on. Well, the age reach definitely leans on the side of one Elder Cruz here. Lovato coming. Ooh, Lovato already pushing Elder Cruz. Trying to assert his dominance very quickly. And Elder Cruz, if anything, is kind of with the posture of kind of the vet in this position, like staying very composed, making sure he's not going to give Lovato any kind of moment. Because think about it. This is a tough territory for Elder Cruz to go into. Obviously, we just talked about the upside, but they're in Lovato's backyard. So that whole crowd that we're not listening to right now has to be there super hype for their instructor. And the Lovato base crew is massive. Like their upgrade to their new establishment that they have as headquarters is a really, really big fucking place. So just so that people kind of get a sense of what they're dealing with here. And yet your Elder Cruz, you live out here in California, you're making the trek to go on over to someone's backyard to make that work. What's up, Banjo? Hope you're doing well. You're pretty nice. You're pretty dope. We always love the contributions that you guys make. I mean, here's the nice part. I wonder if Lovato knows he has to make an impression quick up top. Because if you see Elder Cruz in this low power mode right now, you should probably be nervous. Because that dude is going to turn it on. And I think it could be very detrimental. So I think it's a very interesting strategy. I mean, obviously, Lovato has always been of the mentality that you act first. I remember him coming on our show years ago and saying that. And, it's something that a lot of people believe and adapt. And you see Elder with one of the first casual shots he just took in on Rafael Lovato's right leg, doesn't quite get it, stands back up, and both of them still kind of jostling on the feet. And here's the thing. Look at Elder's posture. Lovato's pulling down pretty aggressively on it, but it doesn't really break Elder too much. So it's going to take some really, really crafty approaches to get Lovato maybe to get off of his side and find those entry points. But if you wrestle and you get older, and spoiler, guys, getting older kind of sucks, you will find it is increasingly hard to get your shots in for a single or a double. It could potentially be the reason why Elder is like, yeah, bro, we can stand up all day because I have no issue doing this. And yeah, Lovato, you're a legend, and I don't even care. But he just pulled guard right now on Lovato. Which begs the question, but why? Is he thinking maybe at this point he wants to try and do something that will get him ahead? Oh, no, that was Lovato that pulled guard. My apologies. Took me a split second here. They have the same hair. Let's just say that, okay? What's up, Roman? What's up, Toehold You? What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing that. Because of that damn age reach. Absolutely, bro. People do not talk enough about the age reach, first of all, and we need to make that a real thing. And two, it plays a factor. Uh-oh. Lovato's trying to grab onto a leg, doesn't quite get a hold of it. Elder just kind of flops on the side, and Lovato's looking at him like, yeah, dude, I'm going to take that home and wishbone it for you. Cruz, I will tell you this. For as good as Cruz is, and he is quite good, very good, one might say. Toehold You, you're so behind. Do you not know what age reach is? We don't have the time to explain what it is here, guys. If you missed out on it, or you're just not educated, I can't do everything for you guys. If you're Lovato and you stand back up right now, good. If you're Elder Cruz and you're trying to get in on Lovato and you just spent that time passing, it did look I wouldn't say slow, but it did look very oh God, how do I even say this? I don't want to say it's one dimensional because it's obviously he's a very talented young man and he's a beast. But it looked like he was just passing one way, one direction. Most of the times, and I've seen him do this multiple times, how you can zigzag or you could get some kind of concurrent movement happening. The fact that he was going to one side, Lovato just kind of like regarded, and you go, oh, yeah, there's that. So I guess part of me is wondering what the pace is going to be like. And we're coming up on our first judge's advantage. And they favor Lovato. Intriguing. You know, both of these guys have been guests on our show. So I have respect for both of them. I don't know that I would give that to Lovato, if I'm being honest. But you know what? Maybe it's because of the passiveness of Elder Cruz. Maybe it's the fact that they're in Lovato's backyard. Hard to say. Oh. Looked for a shot. Elder had a single leg for a split second. Lovato kind of shucks him off. Oh, nicely done there, Elder Cruz. He waited that one out so beautifully, but he has to watch his arm. Lovato's looking for that Kimura, and if you know anything about Lovato's game, his Kimura trap game and Kimura game is just sick, period. The ref is going to reset them on over to the center of the mats, and I see here it says, oh, word, it's age reach, yo, seniority. Yeah, of course. First of all, I'm ashamed that we even had to explain what that is. Second, you're welcome, I guess. Third, yeah, it should be a thing. Let's make it a thing. All right, this is very good news here for Elder Cruz. Now, Lovato with a very, very loose posture in the body, but those knees are locked in very nicely on that hip. He is looking to create some instability and get Elder off of his base. He might be able to do it. He kind of rotates around here. Uh-oh. Elder, I would not do that, my friend. I would get right back up and out-wrestle him. Very, very crafty work here by Lovato. That takedown, though, that has to give you a lot of confidence if you are Elder Cruz. So let's see what he's able to do with it. What's up, Kinji? What's up, BJJ? All right. 8:16 left to go here. Lovato going high and low on those taps. Now, here's an interesting thing. When you do your wrestling rounds at your gym, they'll often say if you could touch somebody's thigh, you are demonstrating that you are able to get in on a shot. Like, it's kind of like, hey, I'm just letting you know, if I wanted to, I could get the shot. And ooh, that's the Lovato I wanted to see. That was a beautiful trip there. That's more along the lines of what I would like to see him do with Elder Cruz. Now, in this particular case, Lovato's going high and low, and when he goes low and he just kind of taps the leg, you think to yourself, hey, man, I kind of figured this out. I don't think you're actually going to shoot it on me. But, ooh, Elder gets the takedown, comes from up top, and Lovato is trying to look to see some way he could get a choke in here. He does have a butterfly set of hooks underneath the thighs of Elder Cruz and looking right back into guard. So here's the nice part. Lovato is getting taken down, and yes, Elder Cruz should know better than to keep that arm anywhere in Lovato's vicinity. Lovato locks up a full guard at this point. The crowd is starting to make noise, likely to cheer on their hometown hero of Rafael Lovato Jr. So we're just starting to get really, really interesting. And it says, age reach, they'll get you. Age reach is 100% will get you. No, Lovato, stop bleeding. If this is the WWE and he was bleeding, it would have to go to black and white. Just saying. That's a real thing. Look it up. If you ever see like a SmackDown thing and somebody bled, they go to black and white. Like, it's an old time movie. It's the dumbest thing I think you could see. Like, imagine being a child and being like, God, that's blood. What do I think about that? Blood is, oh, no, it's bad. It's so fucking funny. All right, 6:45 left to go. If they give Lovato this next 5 minutes, I think you should know that the judges are in the tank for him. Now, granted, that was an attempt, and yet it's turned into a passing opportunity for Elder Cruz. Now, Lovato's not out of it. He pulls him back into guard. He is being I will say he's attacking from here. It is very nice to see. It's just, how would you outrank? That shoulder crunch was a bad choice here, Elder. You just gave one of the wildly crafty vets an opportunity to start biting on that arm. And even if he doesn't get the submission off of it, he's taken away one of your weapons. So, Blood is kind of awesome here, Risky. Let's just be honest. There are some people who will, submit videos when it's told, don't be an idiot, don't be dumb. And they may have blood on them. And Elder has to be very cautious. Oh no, that choke is in. I think Lovato is about to finish him right now. Wow. You cannot make one single mistake with Rafael Lovato Jr. Holy shit. Wow. Elder Cruz. That was impressive to see from Lovato at the tender age of 39, which, oh God, he's about to turn 40. I just realized that because his birthday's right around mine too. Which, by the way, if you want to talk about something really annoying in our sport, try sharing a name with a superstar and then try sharing a birthday where said superstar is 1 year younger than you, but like right around your birthday. So 1 year around his and my birthdays, he was doing a seminar in Vegas. And I happened to go there, and I was like, hey, man, not only do we share a name, but your birthday's right next to mine. And he's like, oh, we're birthday buddies. And I was like, yeah, we are. Can you stop being so good at jiu-jitsu? Because, like, anytime somebody says Rafael in our sport, they think of you or they think of Hafa. And it's too much, man. It's too much. This shit, it's too hard. Just saying. All right, here we go. Lovato is putting up a heart to everybody. Little heart gestures over this way. Very adorable. In his hometown. This is amazing. We'll be doing a toast to him coming up. But just as a reminder, those who like and share this program will get a cheers on air. That is coming very soon. Hard times, Daddy. God, I wish I could do a really good Dusty. I'm not as good at Dusty Rhodes. So I wonder if they're going to let Kendall speak here because they're so excited for Lovato. Waiting for the question here. Now she's asking what's going on in your mind. And Lovato's given a shout out to his wife for being an excellent mother. And so Lovato dedicated that one to her. That's very sweet of him. So Lovato says this one's really special. He knows it's not a world title, but and so he's talking about how his father started this dream so many years ago for him and his family, and that there was no real jiu-jitsu scene at that time, and that now to be able to kind of see all these people here, so many people from his affiliation in this town, it means so much to him to have all these people there with him. So yeah, that is pretty dope. And he said he never left. And he said that all of his training, 98% of his training was here. And he's cutting a promo just for Oklahoma. Fascinating. Oh, we don't need to thank Flo, but all right, go ahead. So here's a question that I do want from this, though. Yeah. Well, no, don't talk it over, Kendall. God, this is such a fucking mess. They're showing a highlight reel while talking about the retirement question. The retirement question should have been the second question, which is, why are you here? Didn't you retire? And then give us an answer on that. Solid babyface promo, absolutely. And he's thinking if he was getting beat up by all these really, really good guys who are in the city and coming to train with him, he might as well do it. Uh oh. So Lovato's calling his shot for the 205 title. And Lovato just said, you know what? I'm turning 40 in a few weeks. Me first. Another example of age reach, everybody. Let's just be honest. Age reach played such a significant factor here tonight. So that's pretty impressive. Big shout out to the other homie, the other Raphael. What a great moment for him. Super happy. Let's talk a little bit here. All right, let's say a few things. Number one, hello, Mike Wong. Good to see you guys. We should catch up on some toasts because there were some finishes tonight. So, as you guys may or may not know, on the show, we do a toast to those who get finishes within regulation, aka make these events exciting. So, we just had one with Lovato. We had one with Dante Leon. So, we'll take care of those two right now. So, it'll get you. Other ref is a good name for him. You know what? Honestly, he's been a pretty good sport the many times that we have done that joke to him. So I have to be very forthcoming about that. Yo, Risky, I don't know if you can see what we got in back here, though. Look at that. Is that not the best piece of like wall art you could have in an office? All right, let's get straight to it. We're going to do our toast. But the way that you guys could also get toast on the show is if you give a like and a share. So if you give a like and a share to this program and you DM me with evidence of that, or you become a subscriber to my channels, it's at Grappling Hour on all the major ones. That's YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, any of those. If you become a new subscriber to all of our stuff, I will give you a toast on air. But here we go. This first toast goes on out to the other Rafael, aka the legend that is Rafael Lovato Jr. Congratulations to you, sir. I know you're about to turn 40. You don't look it. Your jiu-jitsu sure as hell doesn't look 40, my friend, but I'm super happy for you. I think it's time we do another interview, my friend. I think it's been too long. I think you need to come back on the show. We'll do a proper toast, a nice little cheers, and we'll ring in 40 in style. And I got a nice little hint for you. Turned 40 myself last year, so I'll be able to give you some advice, my friend. But cheers to you for an amazing finish and for continuing to raise the bar for Raphaels everywhere, sir. Cheers. And it says that shit is fire. Also, I have the same Thriller vinyl above my bed. You should, bro. Thrower's the greatest fucking album of all time. Fuck you, the Eagles. Greatest selling my ass. Get out of here, Eagles. Yeah, no, I mean, like, legitimately, these are like childhood goals. So this comes from my parents' house, and we're all taking things from my parents' house. And my sister comes up to me, and she says, "Oh, hey, your nephew might want that Michael Jackson Thriller record." And I was like, "He can pry it from my dead hands." She's like, "That's fair. That's fair." I was like, "Do not let him touch that." Sorry, Banjo, I can't. I can't with the Eagles. They do not slap. Mm-mm. 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 I also love True Eagles slap with Violin. True Eagles slap is also sounds like something I would have messed up by saying the Applesbees with earlier. So I'm in that same mode. No Thriller for you. It's pretty sad though, because this kid's like, "I deserve this album." And I was like, under no circumstances do you deserve this album. I know all of these fucking songs. You trying to fight over it? Yeah. I'm gonna make you fight Risky right now. Take that. Fight him. Do it. Did it. True Eagles. Here's the best part about the fight community is that we don't really need many reasons to have disagreement that leads us to fight training with each other. It's like, you want to settle this? You know what? I know a place. Let's do it. Let's go. All right, guys, everybody shut up. I got to do one for Dante Leon right now. All right. This cheers goes on to Dante Leon. You know, I should have more to say. Your performance was pretty amazing. Let's be real. Your choke, awesome. Your timing, impeccable. Rash guard, pretty dope. But you haven't come on this show yet. And I gotta be honest, dude, you shouldn't be this hard to book. So let's get this out of the way. I'm gonna do a cheers to you. I'm gonna do a toast, because you deserve it. Your performance here deserves it tonight. But for the love of God, let's get you on this fucking show, dude. I'm tired of waiting. I see you talk about strength and conditioning on these other podcasts, which, okay, cool. But how about you come on our podcast? And I'm not going to say we're going to make it worth your while, but I think you'll enjoy it. Because, goddamn it, it's been too long, dude. We've been trying to book you since goddamn December. So, cheers to you for your performance. Cheers to you if you don't come on this show. That one's for you, Dante. We better fucking see you, bro. Just saying. Kids deserve no thriller. I mean, I'll put it to you this way. If you see someone who's of the new generation being like, ooh, I like that thriller, and I'm like, you can get the new version. You can get the new vinyl that's out. This vinyl has been through everything, and that belongs to me. So, no. Also, the kid doesn't fight, so pretty sure I could just rip it from his hands. Probably being a bad uncle, if you think about it, or the best uncle. Haven't figured that one out yet. All right, you're coming up on your main event, which, by the way, is going to be in the gi. Get excited about that. I did notice here, there is a little bit of a, oh, I forgot that was in the gi element to this. Now, Meregali gets on these weird internet rants, and sometimes I think he's just talking to himself. So obviously it's hard to match him up. All right, so there's that. But then you run into the risk of like, well, what are we supposed to do here if you're just bitching about why you're the best and there's no actual challenge? Oh, Gordon Ryan has a t-shirt gun? Is this what we're doing now? Oh, Jesus. Okay. I got weak necks these days. Break his little wrists. We got the age reach. They can get the new shit. That's what I'm saying, dude. Go to fucking Target and buy a fucking new one. Get out of here, best uncle 100%. All right, that makes me feel better. I just always think whenever you pick on civilians, people who don't train, are we supposed to do that? Isn't like the whole purpose of jiu-jitsu not to be able to do all that stuff? And then I remember like, he could stop me if he wanted to. If he could. So anyway, all right, good to know. I'm glad we're all in agreement on that. All right, your main event still coming up next. They're going to do 10 more commercials for the machine because I think they realize they're going to run out of time pretty soon here. So they're that. It's not our fault they don't train. You know, I did try to make the recommendation, but I think it's got to be one of those things where he's got to develop it on his own, blah, 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 that sort of stuff. I just know that to anybody who ever says jiu-jitsu, I'm always the first to be like, yes, you should, and here's why. The piece from comes from knowing that you can. Absolutely. It's also part of the reason why I think I am the most chill of all of my training partners is that I always go, all right. Okay. People go like, why are you so relaxed? And I go, oh, I can beat them in training, but I'm also funnier than them. So they can pick which way they're going to get beat, verbally or physically. I'm fine with either. But I'll also do it in a way that I'm roasting them as I'm passing their guard. So That's where things really, like, they don't just hurt you because it's like, oh no, he's tapping me out. It's like, oh no, my soul feels bad because shit, now he's really making fun of me. Damn it. So that's where true spiritual damage is heavy on that. Absolutely. Rav goes, all right, okay, straight to sharpshooter. Absolutely. Dude, these poor kids, when they, like, so one of the guys, I caught him legitimately with a Boston crab that I went from a single to an actual Boston crab. I lean on it, he taps, and then we joke about it. And a little bit later, he goes, yeah, but the sharpshooter is cool. And I go, yeah, I'll put you in a fucking sharpshooter, kid. Like, we're rolling for real. You didn't let me put you in anything. And he's like, I don't think you could get me in a sharpshooter for real. And I was like, oh my God, why the fuck are these kids so dumb? Dude, I'll do it. And I won't even bat an eye. The only thing that happens when I do these, and I think, Nick, you get this as well, which is they can try to escape when you have it pretty locked in, while the whole time you're thinking, all right, I shouldn't completely break their back. So you spend a great deal of your time trying to make sure they don't die. And I'm like, God damn it, these guys don't even realize that I'm being so nice to their lower back. You're welcome. All right. We're getting to the walkouts now. Trying to make heads or tails of what the hell this is right now at this point. Oh, you have Meregali walking out first. That's an interesting choice. It's the hardest to get there while trying not to hurt them. Dude, it's the worst. Angry Raph is probably the best, but there's a couple guys when I roll with, I will occasionally just kind of like get that mean face that goes, okay. And I tap them, and then they look at me like, why did you hurt me? And I go, oh, God, guys, come on. Because if I go full speed on a Boston Crab, they won't come back for a while. Absolutely. And then they don't put the respect. And it's just like, bro. That's why I stare at them when they're about to go into the Boston Crab. And I go, yo, you chose this. I didn't do anything to you. But now that we're here, it's going to happen. And then when it does happen, I go, your back thanks me, and you are welcome. No respect at all. That's why the hardest part I've always figured is like, Nick, if you and I end up training at some point, I don't know how much actual jiu-jitsu is going to take place. I thought about this because when I see you submit videos, I go, oh no, this is a guy who's equally as dumb as I am and is willing to not do jiu-jitsu if it looks cooler. And that is a very bad combination for people. In fact, I almost venture to say almost zero jiu-jitsu will actually happen when we train. So there is that. Ooh, Pedro Marino is at 208.4. Meanwhile, Nicholas Meregali at a 226. And with the age reach, there you go. Need to put that on a t-shirt. You chose this with you sharpshooting so full. Actually, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. That's really good. I have been looking for a reason to have some sort of insignia with the shrug emoji because I think I found out that the shrug emoji is not actually copyrighted. Woo, Pedro almost with a pass at a back take. Meregali may be able to turn into him and negate this. What is up, Krispy Kreme? Good to see you, sir. Way to not be at jiu-jitsu again. There will be zero jiu-jitsu. Absolute zero jiu-jitsu. I know. There's something about me finding a way to hit your head into a post that makes me realize, like, yeah, I wouldn't even try and take you down. I think it would just be a knee to the midsection and then quickly looking for the nearest thing to smash your head into and then hit a back suplex off of. And I firmly believe that people are going to watch us and then look at us and be like, these guys are not allowed to do jiu-jitsu anymore. Yeah, tears I see. Save your tears here, Ariana Grande. I see you. Nicholas Meregali, his hair is a little too perfect right now. Let's be real with that. Bulbs don't bring bulbs. You know. Because you know what the dumb part about the bulbs? You're supposed to like escalate to the bulbs. I'm literally just gonna get one or two and smash them over you, just to be like, you have to stop this now. The wall mats only encourage it. Absolutely. Meregali is on top, trying to get a little bit of a neon belly. Doesn't quite get it, but instead may find his way over. Ooh, Marinho is on the outside here. He has an underhook on Meregali's left leg, but Meregali is using that as a sleight of hand, as an opportunity to maybe shore up a head and arm choke here. He has excellent cross-body pressure on Pedro Marinho. Now, that and the size differentiation between the two are bad news for Pedro Marinho. This is looking like a very, very bad predicament for him, as Nicholas Meregali is starting to step over to the side and may opt instead for the arm triangle to just kind of chillin' with him propped up. Now, the gi gives you some more options to kind of mess with here, so there is that. And it says, smashing bulbs on risky is really fun. You know what the dumbest part of this is that, like, every time I tell him, like, don't do a death match in a jiu-jitsu gym, he takes it as, got it, do a death match in the jiu-jitsu gym. And I go, that's not at all what I said. Absolutely don't do that. And I think people will enjoy what you guys did this year. So when we get around to posting those in a few weeks, it might take a little bit. So patience. But yeah, I think they'll very much enjoy your nonsense, and they'll get exactly what we're talking about here. But good Lord, that isn't what you're saying. Pedro in a little bit of a defensive position here now, as Nicholas Meregali is in that full mount and just putting pressure on him. Like, dude, this size difference is way too much if you really think about it. Like, the fact that Meregali is giving up that much weight, it's really hard to overcome. So I'm intrigued to see what's happening. And it says here from Genus, and it says, please let me know who's winning. Well, it's pretty easy. It's Meregali right now, and by a large margin, because he may be working his way to a number of things. He's in mount. He's starting to put complete top pressure on him. He has a few different options. It could be a gi submission. Now it could be an armbar too here, because there's a lot of space. And instead it looks like it's going to a triangle. That's not great. Pedro's in some trouble here, and he is looking very desperately to get out of this position. I wouldn't be surprised if he taps in this position, but he is safe for the moment. But just give Meregali some time to rip that arm one way or another. It says, got it, do a death match in a jiu-jitsu gym. Yeah, absolutely. That's always what he thinks. I don't know. You know, it's the Cartman, how do I reach these kids moment with Nick, where I go, I don't know the right combination of words to say. Because then if I do the opposite, where I go, fine, do a death match, it's not like he's going to go, oh, don't do a death match. So there's no real win here. It's just I have to show up in the gym with a kendo stick and then immediately start attacking him and be like, no death match. And Meregali just gets the submission win via a mounted triangle, which honestly is like 12 different things. He could have gotten an armbar. He could have gotten at least a go-go plata. Like, he had 12 different options at that point. And Janus says, thank you. I mean, that's it, dude. That's pretty much your main event that just happened there right now. And I just hear a wow. And that's followed by that was quick. Yes, it was. And it says, already? That's cray. It's not that crazy. It took 5 minutes to get there, but it was pretty strong positional dominance from Meregali, who I guess will probably write a 5-page Instagram post about how great this is pretty soon. What's up, that dude, Jason? And it says, I could start things with, I wonder if, or else he'll destroy everything himself trying to do whatever I was thinking about. Yeah, that's a terrible thing. It's a really bad game to play with him, right? And it says, Pedro actually goes to my gym. I see him all the time. Gracie, Barra, River Oaks, and West Chase. I mean, Pedro's a fucking beast, dude. He's not easy to beat. And you can't just be a mere mortal like the rest of us and get that kind of easy win over him. The reason why it's not that crazy is just Meregali is really good in the key. He had such an advantage in numbers of areas. But let's be real. If you're going with somebody, you give up 20 pounds. The minute they get to mount, don't care how good your jiu-jitsu is. That's very difficult to contend with. So then you add on top of that, it's Meregali, who's going back to fix the hair, which goes back to my assumption, yes, he does care a lot about his hair. So I guess the microphone is not on with Kendall once again. So Meregali just said the prediction was the triangle on his back. So what? Okay. Because he's like, Gordon always predicts what he was going to do, and I have to one up what he did. And so he put it on his gi on his back. I don't know that I love that, but it is what it is. Okay. So Kendall's asking, what do you plan to do? You keep talking about this gi thing. Corny. Yeah. So Marigali is putting a 20,000 bet down to the winner of the open class. So, okay, let me get this straight. Marigali is essentially finding a roundabout way to just one up whoever wins the IBJJF, which he has ideological problems with. I mean, it's a creative solution, by the way, and it's not too far from the Gordon playbook. The only difference here is he doesn't have to get tested, which, okay, I don't know his deal or what his stuff is. He's just doing Gordon shit. Yeah, essentially. But two, it's the benefit of saying, like, well, the IBJJF Open Class Champion is a prestigious thing that I have no interest in doing. However, I invite them to come here and we'll put $20,000. Now, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this idea, but I definitely want to do a segment on the show where people can challenge each other for their innocuous trophies. So, for example, let's say my good friend here, that dude Jason, he wins a first place trophy at, let's say, uh, a Grappling Industries. And then I see that and I say, you know what? I want us to record our role and I challenge you for that trophy. That's the shit that I've wanted to do because I'm not trying to call out, oh, you won IBJJF, that's it. It's like, no, dude, I saw that you won a Naga and I want that championship belt. So I want to do a segment of that because I think that is funnier than whatever we just saw there. However, I think he's doing it for the actual challenge of it, which, okay, cool. So they're starting to do the closing remarks, and I will let them have that. That's great for them. So let's go ahead and start circling. I'm actually going to turn off their microphones now at this point for me. There's speakers here as Gordon is once again copying people who have way more prestige than him after copying Conor McGregor with the crown and the cape. He is now just copying Brock Lesnar, aka Country Brock, in the WWE because womp womp. He says that would be fucking awesome. I'd watch that. Yeah, I have to get the right people because people are very sensitive about things that they win and how they win them and all that bullshit. So it always takes a second to get those ideas off the thing. However, Lovato just got 10 or $1,000 for what? Oh, for submission of the night. Oh, it's to give the hometown hero the last words for tonight. Okay, send him home happy. That's what's going on here. I don't love that. Okay, that was not worth my time. But I love you, Lovato. Um, says your nephew gonna train and challenge for that Thriller final. He can come for it, bro. I have no issue. Listen, man, he can come challenge it, and I will literally sing "Beat It" the entire time I am beating him up at the same point. So there is that. Oh my god. Okay, how do I say this? I like giving a submission of the night bonus. I think that's good. Somehow, and I think Lovato put a good face on it, giving Lovato $1,000 for a submission, like that man wouldn't even show up for a seminar for $1,000. So like, the fact that he put that big of a smile on, I think good for him. Other big Raf, oof, on that last word, absolutely. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit less cringe than that. But to his extent, like I said, I was just trying to put him over by saying, you know, if I'm Lovato and you hand me $1,000 check, I'd just be like, do you have any words? You didn't pay me enough. No words. And I just posed a couple times and that'd be it. So he did something that I for sure could not have kept a straight face about because I have been told my reaction faces are very honest. And although I can have a good poker face on occasion, if I feel like telling someone, oh, that's some bullshit, my face will 100% tell you. And it says one championship out here giving teenagers $50,000. Again, I know that Flo doesn't necessarily have that kind of money, but you could just say like he won submission of the night, face pound, and we give him $1,000. Yay! Thanks, good job. Like saying that with inflation from when we grew up, when people were handed big checks, you look at that and you think to yourself, the amount it cost to print out that big check plus that, oh, that's not as much. Yikes. Okay. So what should I tell you guys? I should tell you a few things. Number one, if you made it this far, congrats. Number two, if you made it this far and you haven't liked and subscribed and shared or become a follower of this show, what's wrong with you? This was premium content. I literally watched Flo Grappling with you or for you so that you don't have to watch it. The least you can do is throw me a freaking bone here and give us some love. Follow us at Grappling Hour on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter. That's it. Just those places. And if you don't follow me on one of them, you better fucking follow me on all of them. Because guess what? I'm putting in that work, son. I'm on everything. And we usually do these fight companions almost, I don't know, every major event. So I think we're going to see, depending on the schedule. I may come back here for the Fury Grappling one. We'll see what kind of schedule we're running into that week. But Fury Grappling is having an event in a couple weeks. If it fits with our schedule, we'll do that. But we always do them for the big UFCs. So major UFC pay-per-views, you'll always see me coming out here doing a fight companion and bringing some of our goons and our friends and going to visit different gyms, all that sort of stuff. So keep that in mind as you look at what we do here. Number two, we have some good interviews coming up. Our boy Fernando Padilla, we recently got an interview with, who just won in his debut fight in the UFC. Super stoked for him. You're also going to... Look at this. No. Banjo, you just started following us. You get a cheers. Look at this. Right now. That's how you can tell this shit works. Banjo, this cheers goes on out to you because of this reason. One, you're dope. Two, you do dope things in WWE BJJ videos. Three, I just know you're cool as fuck. Four, you just followed us right now. And five, I'm just going to say this right now. Yeah, I hit a microphone. What of it? I'm going to say this right now. I know you could beat up Nick if you wanted to. but you don't, and you let them live. And for that, I say cheers to you. Do you see what just happened there? You could get that too if you followed us. Just saying, we do toast to those people who follow us and who give us love, and we do it on a regular basis. Speaking of which, I also have to give a cheers, a toast, on out to Nicholas Meregali. So this toast goes on out to Nicholas Meregali. Thank you for putting the gi on the map on this Who's Number One. I know a lot of people don't want to do it, but you did, and I have to appreciate that, because as a person who also trains at the gi occasionally, it's kind of dope to see it represented here. And the nice thing is, let's keep this shit going. Keep finding people, keep calling out people, do whatever you want to do at this point. I'm just saying, I enjoy it occasionally, and it's a nice disruption from the usual nonsense. All I ask is that you keep it exciting, because the last thing I want to hear is somebody telling me how much they think the gi sucks because fill in blank. Anyway, thank you much. Congratulations to you. I like that Nick's like, I win sometimes, you dick. Yeah, bro, I'm sure you are allowed to win, because some people are just nice and they let you win, you know? It's called putting you over. Maybe, you'll figure it out one day. Why the fuck is Charmin doing fucking ads on fucking Flow Grappling? Jesus fucking Christ. Nothing makes me happier than when I can actually click off on the flow. No, I swear to God, as I was clicking off on the fucking site for Flow Grappling, I just tried to say, I'm done, I'm getting off this thing. It literally sent me to the Charmin website. That's some bullshit. I don't like that. This is gi sucks cause no shoe pajama pants sambo. Listen, guys, I get what you're saying about the gi. The problem is it can sometimes be very boring. But if we're being honest, sometimes all jiu-jitsu can be boring. Having said that, sambo, I don't fuck with, because I don't have enough judo in me. Just do sambo? No, I don't want to do fucking sambo. You know what happens when you get old? You don't do judo. And you know what half of judo is? Sambo. No, I don't want it. Thank you. Get out of here. You know what's really confusing is that if you do put on wrestling shoes and no pants, it just looks like you forgot something. Like you have this gi top, and then you immediately look at your bottoms, and then you go in this Donald Duck-esque thing, and you go, I forgot something. And someone, a long time ago, when they forgot their pants, just said, you know what? I created a sport. Yep. Like, you forgot your pants. Mm-hmm. I did that on purpose. And they go, what? What do you call this? I don't know. Sambo. Yup. That's it. So, that's how Sambo was created, kids. Yep. That's a fact. And I've done the historical research, and I know it. Is this not enough compelling reasons for you to come fucking join my show at this point? Anyway, as we were just saying, it says, I got wrestling shoes and no bottoms every day just for regular activities. Nick, I know that the CTE can be strong sometimes, but I think that you mostly just hang out in whatever you're wearing, and then someone reminds you that you have to teach a class. So they just kind of nudge you up, and then like a bear, you just go, It says, nah, son, it's the hardest outfit. Vest with sleeves, sick, boot, shoes, and quads. No sambist has small legs. Okay, no. No shirt. Yeah, I get this. I also appreciate that there are so many corrections. Like, this is one of the most footnoted, annotated versions of the show that we've ever had in the comment section. It's like, no, activities. No shirt. God, so many typos. Fuck, you know what I mean. How do I put this? I really want to make sure we drive this point home. If I'm doing Sambo with Nick, I probably will die. Because if he just falls on me once in a throw, there's no coming back from that. So why would I do that? I'll just do the jiu-jitsu stuff. Now, granted, I've trained in the gi, so I have tricks. But you know what I don't have tricks? When there's no fucking pant legs. Just saying. We might be crazy, but we cover out bases. Now, okay. All right. I think you know what you have to correct there. I'm waiting for that one to pop up if you see it, but okay. Gi, grip, and then smash me into a pole. I like that this dude's already producing our match, aka our roll. I love the delayed moment of saying it out loud and saying, okay, let's see when they see it. 3, 2, and there it is. Okay, great. We do have the best fans in the world. We do have the best friends in the world. Let's just say that. What's up, the BJJ coach? So how did you get the name the BJJ coach? Because there's a lot of us who are BJJ coaches. When I read this, and I don't think you mean this, but it reads as the BJJ coach, to which I say, how dare you? But I don't know what your intention is. I think you might have just said the BJJ coach. What's up, Kenny 10P? Good to see you. I actually just saw one of our mutual friends a little bit earlier in the show. Hope you're doing well, man. How are classes going? Are you teaching well? Are you enjoying life? Did you enjoy tonight's festivities? Did you watch any of it? Am I supposed to fill you in on this? I don't know. It's very difficult, especially when you guys just show up when the event has already ended and I have to figure out where the fuck we lay on this one. But I got a few minutes. This actually ended earlier than I thought it did, because now as I'm answering questions, I'm starting to think what the fuck I'm going to eat tonight. So make these questions count, kids. Otherwise, fatty got to eat. I'm very hungry. So make sure. What's up, Beats Randomness? Now, see, this is different. Beats Randomness, wonderful friend of the show. Excellent music taste. It's very funny. If you ever watch or listen to the same things because you grew up in the same era, you feel like you served a war together. So every time I hear the music recommendations from Beats Randomness, it's like, oh shit, yeah, we served together. And they're like, what? It's like, well, we lived in the same era. We like the same music. What do you get at Applebee's? That's a great question. I think it's different from when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I could eat whatever the fuck I want. Now I probably have to go to the low calorie section. It says, how many apples are in an apple's bees? That's a great question. Are there bees? Now, see, the two of you combining your talents to just tag team on the questioning seems like unfair, to say the least. But then on another section, there's a part of me that thinks, well, have you never called it an Applebee's before? Because if you take the elements from Arrested Development, which is Job saying, bees, Michael, bees, then you realize that Applebee's is actually very funny. So I'm just, explaining the thought process. Are there bees? Are there bees, Michael? Arrested Development is a huge favorite here at this household. So there's a lot of times where my wife will say something like, hey, can you be here? And I'm like, bees, Michael. And she just laughs. Yes, bees. All right. I was telling you about Francisco. We also got an interview with Joe Selecki, friend of the show. Who else do we have? A couple more. They'll come to me. It's not that one. There are two brothers, Elias and, hold on, his brother, Laird. There we go. Laird. He was recently, Laird Therideau. He was recently on the, not Therideau, sorry. Elias Anderson, Laird Anderson, who was recently on the show. Took me a second to work back. It's been a while since we did the interview. So we have those two interviews. Then again, as I mentioned, what's his face? I feel like, I don't know if I put up the Aaron Jeffrey one. I'll have to look that up. I think I did. So anyway, there's like 4 new interviews that are going to be coming up very soon. How do you see these interviews? Well, first, if you want to see them before everybody else, you go to hi.page/grappling hour and you become a member of the Grappling Hour community. If you want to become a member of our Discord and talk shit and have fun and do all that sort of stuff and exchange techniques, you can go do that over at Discord. You can find us at Grappling Hour, or just send me a DM and I'll send you a link to it. And you can come and chat with us there. We have a nice little growing community where we are working there. And hint, hint, we give special perks to the first 100 that are about to sign up. So we're about to close it off very soon. And I like those perks that I give to those people that they're about to discover. So I'm just saying, hint, if you're not a part of our community. Because after 100, I'm not doing this again. Like, I'm not going to give what I'm about to give to them again. That's it. That's the one time it's happening. So if you aren't on the Discord, find us at Grappling Hour or send me a DM. And we always ask a question of the day. We have a lot of different things. I'm putting up some of my training footage. And, you guys get little sneak previews of some of the interviews I do. Send me a link, please. Yeah, I got you, bro. I'll send you off air. And plus, I know you're good there. Oh, no. This is in Spanish. Algún sabe hormios. Hold on. KKK. Oh, no. I know the KKK for sure. It's definitely some Hispanic laughing happening up here. Let me see. I like that you guys are testing my Spanish at this point. I'm like, bro, I'm a little removed from it. My Spanish is only so-so when I was in fucking high school. I also had a German Spanish teacher, which was very difficult to go there. And it says, hi, bro. Can you pass me the link to see the live of Flow Grappling? Bad news about that. It's done. Also, no. But you should keep in mind that if you ever want to be informed of what's happening on major Flow Grappling events, you can come back here at Grappling Hour and I will watch it for you because you're cheap. Now, again, I know it's easy to get offended by me saying you're cheap, but let's be real. You came on my show asking for a link. So I'm doing the best that I can because they know me. I'm not saying we're besties, but they know me. And they know I'm not going to give you a link because if I did, this channel wouldn't exist. So I guess what I'm saying is become a member and subscribe. Thank you. It's not that hard. Just press the buttons. I guess that's a nice way of saying, come on, man. There we go. But yes, we are usually here for the major events. So please feel free to join us. We always do fight companions for the big events. And I'm always happy to take those things. Subscribe, you fucking... So I haven't figured this out yet, but I still feel like we're going to do a thing where, because, more often than not, we get people, at least he was nice about how he did it. But a lot of times we get people who are kind of dicks about asking for things. And so sometimes on UFC pay-per-views, they go, link, please. And it says, you don't have to subscribe, bro. Are you telling this to me or to yourself? Listen, dude, I subscribe to them because it's kind of my business. Also, it's a write-off. But you don't have to. I'm just saying, in exchange for that, you could just subscribe to my channel so that I do the thing for you and watch it for you. So, it's not that hard. Oh no, we're getting people who has no idea what happened. Salve says, Meregali wins. Yes, very easily within the first 5.5 minutes or so. Pretty dominant. Pedro's my boy. I love the shit out of him. He's been a guest on this show. But came up short tonight. Definitely was trying to push the action. Got caught. And more importantly, he got mounted, which if you're going against the beast like Meregali, it's not going to go well for you, bro. And it didn't. But yeah, I still love the shit out of Pedro. And, bigs ups to him, because if apparently nobody was coming to do any kind of match in the gi, you got to give credit to Pedro for stepping up and trying to give us something. And he was game. It's just didn't happen. So I still got mad love in my heart. And you know what? A lot of people were calling out Pedro Marinho, I thought, tonight. So why not? They should fucking go after him some more. At this point, they should really branch off that and see if they can make that work for their team. All right. I think we're kind of toward the end, unless you guys have any more questions. But yes, follow us, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, at Grappling Hour, on all of those channels. It really means a lot to me. It helps us because guess what? We're trying to make our way to some new benchmarks. So I want to get 1,000 people. We're close. Still need like 200 more to get there. But 1,000 people on our YouTube, and it would really mean a lot to me because we are trying to grow this show more and more. And we've had a lot of episodes, so there's a lot of content you can go back and check. Also, trying to beef up. I think tonight we might have come close to getting to 2,000 people on the Instagram of Grappling Hour. That's pretty dope. Additionally, on all the other channels, we put out content constantly. I make sure to interview all of the people, and don't be surprised. Oh, Banjo, look at this. Banjo's fucking on fire tonight. God damn it. You get another fucking cheers. This one goes out to Banjo because guess what? She's better than the rest of you guys. Here's why. Banjo literally had the opportunity to just get one cheers tonight, but then followed us on our fucking Instagram and then said, guess what? I'm going to follow you on fucking Discord too. That's a real fucking fan. That's a real fucking friend. So Banjo, to you, I say fucking cheers. Good Lord. Get fucked. Yeah, that's right. Look at that. That's me getting, yeah, that's my get fucked. Should add, you know what? That's what I'm going to do next time. I'm going to be like, get fucked. Yeah. And then point to the glasses. I think that's the way it's going to happen. I did the Meregali. I did all the cheerses. Told you guys that. Become a member. Hide that page. /Grappling Hour. It's really easy. You pay $5 for early access. You see the interviews 30 days before anybody else. And for $10 a month, you will also be able to see new episodes that aren't available anywhere. Now, I give you guys a ton of free content, but there's a premium section where we do technique breakdowns. We share some of the latest episodes of the show in a way that we don't really do elsewhere. And I give you additional content like, whoa. So we've done some new episodes where we've done just entirely different things where we talk to our guests a little bit about steroids, their opponents that they respect the most. And we even have a new segment where people are roasting my competition footage, which I actually love. So that's my saying to you guys, which is come join us, have fun with us, do all that shit. Because I got to be honest with you guys. I don't know any show that kind of puts it down like we do. Like, kind of a big deal. Okay? So, I'm just letting you guys know. If you guys like fun in jiu-jitsu and you don't take yourself too seriously, then I think that you will enjoy hanging out with us. And it is my sincere hope that you'll come back and do more and more episodes with us. And you'll get to see kind of like why we have so much fun on this show. And what it is that we do that makes us, I don't know, kind of dope. So, there is that. All right, my friends, that's going to do it for us here on the Grappling Hour. My name is Rafa Esparza. It has been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats.